The Elkhart Jazz Festival is over, but some of the sweet sounds linger throughout tonight's newscast.
You're watching WNDU TV.
Live from Michiana, this is NewsCenter 16.
A recent molestation case serves as a reminder that your child may not be safe, even among family and friends. Good evening, I'm Terry McFadden. Earlier this week, we brought you the story of Robert Ewing. He's the North Liberty man accused of molesting his girlfriend's 4-year-old granddaughter. Unfortunately, cases like this one are all too common. In fact, when it comes to protecting your child from a pedophile, it's best not to look beyond your own backyard.
In most cases, it's not the stereotypical stranger, here, have a piece of candy, come with me type of a situation. It's usually a family member or an acquaintance that gets comfortable with the child on a friendship basis, and the child begins to trust that person.
Wayne and Tina Brantley had temporarily taken in Tina's mother and Ewing earlier this summer.
She's changed 100%. She doesn't act the same.
McIntosh says that's the first sign parents should look for. But how can you help prevent your child from ever having to go through this? McIntosh says the first and most important step is to educate your child as early as possible.
I would say to be straightforward with them. However, to talk on their level, the terminologies that your family uses, to talk about the sexual parts and sexual acts so that they can understand and comprehend at their level.
And it's up to parents to know everything they can about anyone, friend or relative, who spends time with their children.
Parents need to go with their gut feeling as parents, and if your gut says you shouldn't have your child around them, whether you trust them as an adult person, you probably shouldn't for whatever reason, and just not allow your child to be around someone that you are questionable about.
Incidentally, Robert Ewing is being held in the St. Joe County Jail on 2 counts of child molestation. He was arrested Friday night and will likely make his initial court appearance tomorrow. Well, some tense moments in one South Bend neighborhood this afternoon. 3 cars, including 2 squad cars, were damaged when police responded to a disturbance in the 1000 block of Napier Street. Officers say a juvenile was threatening 2 other juveniles with a gun. When police arrived, the juveniles reportedly began struggling with the officers. The juvenile with the gun reportedly tried to take a gun from one of the officers while he was handcuffed. Police called for backup, and one of the responding officers says his brakes failed and he slid into the 2 parked cars. The 3 juveniles were taken to Parkview. An Elkhart man drowned early this morning on Indiana Lake north of Bristol. Investigators say James Morton was with 5 other people in a boat when the vessel began taking on water. Morton reportedly fell in and his friends tried to throw him a life preserver, but he went under too quickly. The incident occurred just after 3 a.m. and divers didn't find Morton's body for another 3 hours. In other news, Indiana Governor Evan Bayh is in Boston tonight after attending a meeting of the nation's governors. While many of the governors criticized a Clinton-style health care plan, Bayh says a Republican proposal would end up costing the states. The Indiana governor told David Brinkley that Congress and President Clinton have to come up with a health care reform proposal that works better. The nation's governors agree they want flexibility from Washington in experimenting with Medicaid and other programs like welfare. That's so they can continue radical reform measures already in place. Meanwhile, Senate Majority Leader Bob Dole is getting impatient with the Democrats.
What we shouldn't do is to say, okay, you've got 2 weeks, we're going to back you up against, say, the August recess, and if you're good little boys and girls and eat your vegetables and pass health care, you can go home for your recess. And my view is, let's just forget the recess. If they're going to bring up health care, it's going to be debated for weeks and weeks and weeks in the Senate. Legitimate debate. It's the most important issue that I've had any contact with since I've been around here. So let's don't try to set any deadlines, say we have to do it by a certain date. Let's get it right.
Dole, who says he's considering running for the Republican presidential nomination in 1996, is under fire from the new White House Chief of Staff Leon Panetta. On NBC's Meet the Press today, Panetta accused Dole of letting presidential aspirations cloud his congressional work. Well, professional and amateur stargazers are getting the show of a lifetime as a comet slams into the planet Jupiter. The comet began its crash course last night, and 20 more comet chunks are expected to hit Jupiter within the next week. When the first comet hit, the fireball is estimated to have been 1,200 miles wide. and a plume could be seen coming out from behind the planet. So just how big a blast are we talking about?
Big. real big. The predictions already were that each individual explosion would be larger than if you set off all of the nuclear weapons on all of the Earth simultaneously.
Big as downtown Chicago, and Chicago's Adler Planetarium is just where many amateur astronomers are heading to get a better idea of what's going on.
Yeah, as they say, it's, once in a millennium, so this is our only chance in our lifetime to get to see it, so come here to see what I can learn about it.
Everybody around the world wants to see what happens when big things hit planets and that kind of deal.
Astronomers say the impact of the comet may be causing Jupiter quakes, rocking the entire planet. Well, Bob Werner is rocking the weather world tonight, and he joins us now with tonight's first word. Bob.
Well, Terry, clear skies over the next couple of nights will allow us, too, to take a look at the planet Jupiter. If you look straight southwest, Jupiter is the bright object there in the evening sky. The moon is pretty close to it tonight, but it'll be off to the west tomorrow. A little bonus, if you look way out to the west, you'll also see the planet Venus, a very bright star. So take a look at it with whatever optical aid that you have. We'll have all the weather details in a couple of minutes.
It's been a favorite pastime for 7 years now, and area jazz fans say the annual Elkhart Jazz Festival just keeps getting better. More than 100 jazz artists participated in this year's festival, which featured local, national, and international bands. This year's theme, a fantastic weekend, focused on the diversity of talent and the different styles of jazz, including blues, traditional, and Dixieland sounds.
It's just great people and great fun. That's all. We've never been here before, so it's a good time.
This is the best thing that ever happened to Elkhart. Yeah, it's the greatest weekend all year long. Yeah, it's really neat. We like it a lot.
And this year, the three-day event sponsor, Miles Incorporated, was added to the festival's name for the first time. We'll take you back to the music festival at the end of this newscast. Well, from the bandstands of Elkhart to the streets of Milwaukee, the Big Top made a big appearance. We'll tell you what's up with the greatest show on earth. And as we head to the break, a live picture from St. Joe, Michigan, from our Skyview 16 camera, where they're recovering from a great weekend where the Venetian Fest was held. We'll be right back.
July is Family Month at your Ford dealer. Time to pick up some great family values, like the Escort wagon with standard driver's airbag, power brakes, AM/FM stereo, and more. Or the Taurus wagon with standard dual airbags, power steering, and a powerful 3-liter V6. The future of minivans is the all-new Ford Windstar with standard dual airbags, 4-wheel anti-lock brakes, and a smooth car-like ride. See your Northern Indiana Ford dealer for some great family values right now.
Michiana now has more services than you ever dreamed possible, because now Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse has come to Michiana with everything from deck design to delivery, custom cutting to color matching. Plus, you get Lowe's guaranteed low prices every day. So come to the grand opening of your new one-stop home improvement warehouse, Lowe's, and get ready for services like you've never had before and more. Lowe's knows home improvement. It's the grand opening of the new Lowe's, US 33 North in Goshen.
And now it's time for the Hoosier Lottery's daily drawings. Here's Mickey Steersman.
Good evening, everyone. It's time to play Daily 3, where you can earn up to $500 for an exact match of tonight's winning number. Our first digit is 0. Our second digit is 9. And our third digit is 9, making tonight's Daily 3 number 099. And now let's play Daily 4, where you can earn up to $5,000 for an exact match of tonight's winning number. Our first digit is 1. Our second digit is 7. Our third digit is 7. And our last digit is 0, making tonight's Daily 4 number 1770. Congratulations to all you lucky winners. There was no winner in last night's Lotto Cash drawing. Next Saturday's drawing will be worth at least $3 million.
It's bolder, it's badder, it's bigger, and it's back.
Ford trucks present the return of the CarQuest Street Machine Nationals, July 23rd and 24th at the St. Joseph County Fairgrounds. 2 days of mean machines and sleek bikinis, hot ride and hot buys. Ride in the original Bigfoot. Run to not belong to participating CarQuest Auto Parts stores for discount tickets. Kids under 6 free. Roll down the window, crank the tune, and join the party of the St. Joseph County Fairgrounds, July 23rd and 24th. The original Street Machine Nationals.
4 days only. Posted bottom line prices. $199 down, $199 a month delivers new 94 Chevy Cavaliers and S-Series pickups. The place? Gates Chevy World. New Cavaliers and S-Series, your choice. $199 down, $199 a month. Over 60 available. Even a new 94 Chevy Corsica. Posted bottom line, $225 a month. Michiana's largest selection. Posted bottom line prices. Gates Chevy World, downtown South Bend. Hurry, sale ends 5 p.m. Saturday.
It was a real circus today on the streets of downtown Milwaukee. That's where thousands participated while thousands more watched the annual Great Circus Parade. There were the usual circus favorites, the tigers showcased in their cage, and the horse-drawn carriages, bands, and of course the camels. The extravaganza featured the world's largest collection of historic circus wagons. The Great Circus Parade ends the week's activities. It included a fireworks display, a breakfast, and a circus train. Well, now back to the future of space. The voyage of experiments continues for the crew aboard the Space Shuttle Columbia. The crew of 7, 6 Americans and a Japanese woman, are working around the clock to complete more than 80 experiments before the mission ends on Friday. The astronauts were hoping to get a glimpse of Shoemaker-Levy 9, the comet that's on a collision course for Jupiter, but no luck.